would a coach look at your OPG and say that, oh, you did so much? I mean, no, like a stupid coach would say that, because like with 16 deaths, even my grandma can do that damage. She just goes in and just clicks and closes her eyes, and like with Draven you have to access and do damage. No, that's not how it works. Right? So it's always how much damage you do, with how many kills you have, and how much you die. So how much you die is also depending on how many kills you're getting, because there are players that are more inclined to play safe. They are like 6 kills on average, 3 deaths. Yeah. But that advice doesn't work for you. Die less, because you're not the guy that plays safe. You're the guy that takes risks. What's going on, guys? Besides, in today's video, we will learn how to make a game plan on AD carry, how to lane on AD carry, and specifically exactly how you should plan on your lane phase. And later on, when should you rotate? This is going to be a template for you to use every single game on AD carry. So be sure you watch this video until the end, because it's an amazing video. My name is Bizais. I'm a professional League of Legends AD carry coach. So if you really want to make sure you don't miss out any bit of content from this AD carry specialized channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Enjoy. And you should have an overall plan, like a general plan, like some basic things that your champion wants to do. Like, let's say your champion is Kog'Maw, he needs to scale, he needs to farm. It doesn't mean he doesn't have strengths in the laning phase, because if he has his W on, he can have a lot of range and a lot of damage. Samira, overall plan is to play very aggressive. After level 3, she's strong. So each of the champion have power spikes and overall plan. So to go a bit on your pool, Jhin, Varus, Jinx, or what?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I was thinking about subbing out Jinx for Kai'Sa, but
okay. So
I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Kai'Sa.
Varus, he's super good at poking, super good at short trading. He has great range. He's decent wave clear. He works with most of supports. So you can really play aggressive early, because against Ezreal you win hard. Against Miss Fortune you can outrate with the range. Even against a Draven you outrange him. Against an Ashe it's a bit more difficult, but you still have good range. Against a Jinx you outrange her a lot. With the Lucian it's unplayable for him. It's like a lot of matchups you just win, and you have more range. Obviously, it depends on what kind of pairing you have, because with the Karma you want to play for poke, maybe you just go Lethality with Comet. But if you have like a Thresh, you probably just need to go on hit, depending on the enemy bot lane composition. So yeah, you need to have an overall plan. The overall plan with Varus is just play with your support, like what kind of support do you have? Do you have a poke? Okay, then you play poke. Do you have an all-in? Okay, then you just probably play on hit and you play all-in. That doesn't mean you can't really go Comet or poke style with an all-in champion, but it's just like you have to have a like plan.
Okay.
So that's like the overall plan. And on Jhin, it's basically the same thing. You have a Karma, you want to play for poke. You have a Nautilus, you want to play for the all-in. Getting the push advantage is always the case, always really, really good. Because if you get the push, you get the control, and if you get the control, it's really easy for your support to get a hook, or even if you have like a Zerat, if you have more minions, he can also like poke easier. So overall plan, depending on the champ and depending on your support.
Okay.
Then you have plan for the lane, which you need to ask yourself if you're supposed to win the lane or if you're supposed to play to not lose. Meaning, hey, I'm playing Varus, but my Uga Booga support is picking Yuumi. I mean, yeah, Varus is really good. Maybe they even pick Twitch, so this matchup you should win. But Twitch has a human on support. Twitch has someone that is like a champion compared to a nothing. You know, so in this matchup you play to not lose. Why? Well, some could say the Varus is a lot better than Twitch early game, which is true, but you basically have no support against a very strong early game support.
Are you an AD carry main who feels like no matter how well you play, win the lane, make good decisions, play mechanically well most of the times, but you still have no real impact? You crush it one day, win 5 games in a row and feel unstoppable, but the next day you lose every single game and start doubting yourself. Am I even a good AD carry? What can I do if enemy top lane and mid lane are so fed? Imagine a world where you never let the lead slip away. You know exactly how to push your advantage, exactly when to rotate at the right time, and how to control objectives so you can snowball the game. A world where as AD carry you don't feel forced to make risky plays and you don't drop your lead. But you don't have to imagine it, you can make it a reality. This is Martin. He was grinding games, watching guides and trying his best, but none of it seemed to work. The problem? He was focusing on the wrong things. You don't improve just by playing more games, you improve by fixing the small mistakes that cost you wins. And that's a problem that most AD carry face. From Platinum 3 to Diamond in 2 months. Billy found himself making the same mistakes over and over again, engaging at the wrong time, or mispositioning in teamfights, dying for no reason, and he even knew some of the mistakes, but he didn't know how to fix it. He would find himself guessing what to do next, unsure whether to push, rotate, or fight, while feeling completely lost in the mid game. Now, he knows exactly what to do at every stage of the game, and his results speak for themselves. Silver to Emerald in a month. Shaquille went from Diamond 4 to Challenger. Alex went from Gold to Grandmaster, and they are not alone. They are part of a growing community of over 3,254 players who have taken coaching and transformed their gameplay. But here is the truth, this was not overnight, and it was not effortless. Shaquille spent 2 years grinding to reach Challenger, not by playing more, but by playing smarter. Alex dedicated 26 months refining his skills and climbing to Grandmaster once he started focusing on what actually matters. So no, this is not a one session and you'll climb instantly, promise. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for a shortcut, this isn't it. But if you're willing to put in the time, willing to put in the effort, apply the right mindset and focus on the details that actually matter, this is the proof that coaching actually works. You're closer to being a great AD carry than you think. Most players just need to uncover what's actually holding them back. That's it. You could keep grinding, watching random guides and hoping for progress, but how much time will you waste before realizing something is missing? You could finally find the real mistakes that have been keeping you stuck and start making real progress. You have already put in the effort. Now let's make sure it pays off. Book your coaching session now at bizaz.com.
So in this matchup, you should play to not lose. That doesn't mean you never trade, because you can still trade with your range, but that means you mainly play for minions and to not get hooked, and you try to trade back. Proactive trades and going in and doing crazy stuff is not ideal, just because, again, you just have a super handicapped support, like handicapped in terms of the matchup. So yeah, do we play to win or do we play to not lose? So this is a matchup where you play to not lose, because there is a big disadvantage. There are also these matchups that are your favorite, like the other way around. Let's say they have Bard, Leona is stronger than Bard early, and let's say they have a Twitch again, or a Zeri, or someone really weak early. Then you are in a position when you play to win. You want to stomp, you want to play aggressive, you want to hit them, you want to, That doesn't mean there are no situations when you play safe in this matchup, but it means like usually you are the proactive one. So we have a matchup where we play to not lose against hard matchups. We have a matchup where we play to win against easy matchups. And we have a matchup that is skill, which, yeah, Lucian and Varus, they're pretty similar. Varus is a little bit better early game, but you can't say that this right here is completely Varus' favor. No, because if you get hooked, the Lucian can also win the lane. So it's like one-sided matchup for you and you need to win. 2, one-sided matchup for them and you need to survive. Or 3, skill matchup and then you just have to, like, this is a Leona versus Nautilus, is whoever plays better around the support, and in this specific matchup you can also play for your range to poke. So we have an overall plan, which is the champion plan. We have a plan for the lane, which is basically my champion and support against enemy champion and support, like what do we do overall in the lane. And then you have later on, we group for towers and we want to be in team fights. It's very simple. You get a tower bot, you group. Why? Is because once you get a tower, you push the wave, enemy AD carry is super deeply pushed into the second tower. What does it mean? That means the time in which you have to, you go mid lane, I mean, he needs to push, but he pushes this and that wave takes a while to get into the tower, which means you have lots of time to stay mid, fight, and you can always come back if your mid lane doesn't want to, which he should, but if he does want to, you can always come back. So you need this deep push. You pushed, okay, go mid lane, stay with your team, and then fight here. If there is no fight happening and you see enemy bot lane, enemy AD carry is going to get a tower, go back to bot lane, catch the wave, do the deep push again, rotate mid. If when you're mid, enemy AD carry is about to get a tower, but there is a lot of like people that are fighting here, and you're like, hey, I can win this fight, and then I can give up bot, but I'm going to win this fight and then just push mid. Then you can do that. So we group after the tower is done. It's very rare that if you don't take the tower, you group. So you take the tower, you group mid. If you don't take the tower, that means usually you're behind. So let's say support is roaming, you lost your tower, enemy AD is strong. This is you. He pushes and then he rotates mid. You can't rotate mid like this. Because if you do, you're one level behind, you're behind. He got the tower, he got the money, he got the cash, he got the bag. So you need to keep pushing, keep staying on the sideline and keep farming until you get your items. 1.5 to 2 is usually what you can do. And you really want to get the tower before grouping mid. There are some specific situations when they have Zed, Talon, Nocturne, where you are pretty forced to like push this wave and then you can't keep pushing because you know what's going to happen. You need to push that wave and then just group mid. That's a preemptive group, and in just some situations you should use that. Because in most cases, it's actually much better for you to get the tower bot first and then group mid lane. So that's the mid game. Yeah, and then in the mid game, you just need to play for objectives.
Okay.
Which is what? Which is like, yeah, Drake is up, try to play for it, play for your jungle position, hover him. And that's mid game. And then team fights is really threat awareness. Like here, Nautilus hook, Aphelios can be invisible, maybe Echo. And then for the Senna, be careful of getting cocooned, stay away of the Irelia, the Needly Spear, and you're good to go. So team fight is about threat awareness, knowing who can kill you, playing around it, and you're good to go. That's basically the team fights. And with the CS per
now, you said you should just do that. And you said like, okay, so, you know, if they have like a Zed or something, right, or like a Talon, right, in a team fight, right, I should just like not even show my face until like they use their abilities, right? I just walk out and after,
I mean, if they're like 20-0, then you could do that. But if they're like 2-0, 3-0, I mean, I wouldn't like stay like really, really far away, because in most cases a 2-0, if he really goes 1v5 on you, he might chunk your coins like significantly, but he's just gonna die. He's just gonna suicide.
Okay.
So like, yeah, but yeah, if he's like incredibly strong, which might happen in some games, then that I would consider to just play very, very safe.
So in that case, here's like something I struggle with sometimes, is when the enemy like mid laner is like a hyper carry and they get fed, I'm not really sure like how to play the team fights, because if I go in, we all die, and if I don't go in, we'll probably still all die, and it's like a slow bleed. Like a Katarina, for example. Katarina, right? Like or Silas, right? Like it's or Irelia, right?
Okay. These people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really all about understanding what they do and how they function, because Silas is very reliant on his E. Katarina is the same, very reliant on her E and on her daggers. So you want to approach the fight right after she used everything on someone else. So there are two situations. Situation number one, you're 5v5 in mid lane. Katarina is going in. She used the E on this guy, and then you guys can just focus. You know, you guys can just go on her because she used everything. She's no cooldowns. If she goes 1v5 on you and she's 1v5, typically she might just kill you, but she's just gonna die. And if you're telling me that she's like 20-0 and you're not 20-0, then it's not that bad to die 1-for-1, even though it's not ideal. Right. So you just need to, usually what you do, stay behind. You wait her to go in because she's reliant on cooldowns. Your champ, Varus, don't need to go in to do damage. You can just stay behind, hit your ulti, do damage from distance. But her, if I play Katarina, how am I going to do damage? I need to go in, I need to jump, I need to use my E. Okay, so then she's more forced to do something than you.
Right.
So then wait her to approach, wait her to use the most important thing, which is her E on the teammates, and then you can approach. After she's not. Same thing with Silas. If this is Silas and he committed his E on someone, that's the point when you want to fight. Easy just staying here, he's not committing his E, and you're like, okay, should I commit on him? No, because he's just going to go on you. Then just wait him. Don't like, be patient. Okay, sure, if you have a plan to like stay behind someone and you have a bodyguard like a Scion, and you can have a plan to like dodge his E reliably, then sure, you can do that. But usually, like let's say this is Syndra. Like, okay, how can I go? Okay, we can actually, I guess it's better for visualization. This is Syndra. Like, okay, we're fighting and I don't know what to do, because if I go here, she's going to stun us all. If I don't go in, then I'm not doing damage, so I'm useless. So what the fuck do? Do I just stay behind and not do damage, or do I just try to flip it and just walk up and hope that she won't hit the stun? No, you play safe until you see the most important ability of Syndra, which is the E. Like here, stay here, you stay here, you stay here. Yeah, it might look like oh, but I'm not doing anything. Like these people are fighting, you know, and I'm not. Yeah, but if you're committing, she stuns you, you're dead. So you might see it like I'm not doing damage, but by waiting, there is a high chance that she's using the stun on the other people, and then you can commit and you can do a lot of damage. If she has her E, by going in and trying to be greedy, trying to be impatient, you're basically denying any other ability, any other opportunity that in the next 20 seconds you might have if you just play safe like this. So there is basically, let's say, 3 games. In one game, you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to, we're fighting Syndra, we catch her, let me just go in. And you try to do that, and you get stunned and you die. In one game, you just stay behind, and you don't do anything. You wait her to use the stun, and then you go in on her. Then you kill her. Right. And in one game, you just wait. She doesn't use the stun. Your teammates will all die, and you're like, oh, but I should have maybe commit. But in that case, still, if she had her E and there is a high chance that she can hit you, it's better to play it safe. It's better to not approach.
Right, it's better to let my entire team die by themselves than that died all 5 of us, pretty much.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the cooldown, because if she used it and you're not approaching the fight, that's really on you. So you gotta be careful.
Trolling, yeah.
That's really trolling. So be very, very careful with that. Very, very careful.
Oh, and then I guess I have one more like kind of macro-based question, because this is like such a solo queue type of thing. But in Platinum, everyone likes to group for some reason, and like they love to ARAM, even when there's not objectives up. Like, yes. What should I be do? And oftentimes, like, I actually have pretty good CS for most of the game, but it's like when that like stupid ARAM starts happening that I start to lose CS, because it's like, there's no dragon up, there's no Baron, but we're like all grouping mid for some reason, and it's like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do there. Like,
you should stay with them. You should stay with them, because the thing is I'm thinking like they are not grouping. Like, they are grouping, but there is no Nash. There is no Drake. So what the fuck are they grouping for? Yeah, but like, what's the alternative? There are 4 people here and 4 people here in the enemy team, and there is no objective, and I'm top or bot. I'm like, but they shouldn't be grouped. There is no objective. Yeah, but they are grouping and they will fight. Is an objective, is the objective of AD carry to be in the fight so he can do damage? Yes. So even if there is no objective, the fight, being in a fight, is the objective of an AD carry. I mean, okay, now I'm not saying that if they're just sitting here and doing nothing and you have a massive wave, you're like, oh, should I get this massive wave that is in my tower, or should I think they will be fighting? Like, fuck them, you just get a massive wave. But if the wave is in the middle and it's like, or even pushing, like, oh, should I just go bot? No, I mean, it's already pushing. I mean, or if it's in the middle and it's like 3-4 minions, I'm like, yeah, but okay, you're giving up your team to get like 3-4 minions. And XP is like not ideal, but you shouldn't be giving up like big waves. Big waves you just get, usually. If there is no objective. If there is objective, you can consider staying with them regardless though if you're losing the wave or not. But if there is a big wave bot and you're like, oh, should I group with them? There is no objective here. It's like, no, you should go bot, take the farm. But if the farm is really like, let's say in the middle and you're not really pressured by anything, then you can just stay with them. Because if you think they are going to fight, like if there is a super high chance that they're going to fight, it's better to consider to hover them. I mean, now if just 2 people are just, doing that, and your mid lane is top, your support is top, your jungle is bot, and it's just like one guy that does stupid shit and you can just take camps and let him be. If it's 2 people, I mean, you can consider, but usually I would still get the wave and the farm. And after I see like 3 people, 4 people committed to one play, then I will be like, oh, bro, there are 4 people in a brush. I'm not just going to go on the wave bot, because I know they're going to start the fight, right? So that's how you can see. So should you really like listen to them and group with them? I mean, if you have other resources that you can get on the map, not really. And again, this example with the wave being bot lane, or if like you're already here and they're grouped there. Same thing. It's just too far.
Right.
Too far. So you can easily get the wave bot lane, even though it's not like so big. I mean, you need to travel a lot to get there. So you just get the wave bot. So if there are resources that you can get, farm, camps, that are a lot closer to you than the fight, and if this like if you are being pressured, let's say the bot lane is pushing into you and you're gonna miss the minions, and the fight is really far, then yes, you can always prioritize the farm. But if there is no like big resources that you're losing by hovering the fight, you can just hover.
Okay.
You can just hover.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that should be like a rule that you can respect, you know.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. That was really all the questions that I like had where there was like I don't know what to do kind of, you know, situations. So now I don't know, do you want to like play one, or do you want to like I don't know how you would be able to review because I can't like oh no, you can download it. Okay, I just didn't see the icon on that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can download one of those games and maybe we can go through some of them.
What should we work on today? What do you think is
like reducing deaths? I think is my number one like biggest problem. I think I want to try to get to like 3 deaths or less a game. Because like in a lot of these like Fiesta style games, you see, even though I'm dropping 1 million kills, I still die like. Well, actually, I had a perfect game the other night, and I felt like really good in that. But I do feel like there's some like yeah, when like you know when everyone's constantly fighting, I feel like I die a lot.
okay? Yeah, I mean, having really low death ratio, like 2-3 per game, is very toxic in a way, and that is because there are many cases where the fights are winnable. Like it's a 4v5 and it's like, oh, we shouldn't be fighting here, you know, and like you're just ignoring it just to not die. But the 4v5 is winnable. I mean, okay, I'm not saying that if it's a 2v5 or a 3v5, like if they have a massive number advantage, then you should definitely just run and not get into the fight. But there are many situations where the fight is winnable. And if you are looking to just reduce deaths to a point where it's like 2 or 3 per game, you might just not see the openings where the fight is actually winnable, and you might just lose a lot of fights like randomly when it's just better to commit. So every time when I see players that have like blue KDAs here or green, it is very bad. Very bad. They're playing for KDA. Because there is no way you're going to have 2-3 deaths in a solo queue, 30 minutes game in a solo queue if you are just, you know, fighting with your teammates. There are a lot of cases where you need to just get in there. You're going to get 3 people. You're going to die, but you get 3 people. This is good, you know. But
yeah, and I also because the person who's like who's running the team for my university, they looked at my OPGG and was like, okay, well, I want to see you get like 3 deaths per game. That's like what I want you to see you work on. I'm like,
yeah, okay. No, it makes sense as a general advice, as in, drink more water to stay hydrated, you know, like but it's really like it's an equation of like, what do you mean by that, you know? Because if I look at my Smurf in my whatever D4 whatever rank, I have like 4 deaths and I have 6.7 kills. Here I have 6 deaths and I have 9 kills. I mean, you can't really have 9 kills and just have 2 deaths. Right? It's impossible. Unless you're smurfing. If you're smurfing, like a lot of smurfs, like they get 80% win rate to master tier and they get it. But it's like, okay, if I get 3 deaths, most likely you're going to get 5 or 6 kills. But you get 9 kills to 10. So getting 3 deaths is like not impossible though, but it gotta be a lot better than your people rank. Like if you're playing Emerald 4 right now, and if you're Diamond 4, yes, you can do that. Because people are just better. You're just better than the people. Like you're D4, they are Emerald 4, they are bad for you. You can do that. But if you're like pretty close to the rank, you won't be able to drop 3 deaths. But yeah, it's a good general advice. Okay, die less. But it's always like, how many kills do you have in correlation with how much you die and do you do damage, right? That's the most important thing. Like here, for example, it's a 39 minutes game. You have 18 kills and you're doing the same damage with a guy that has 11 kills and has 8 deaths. You see this? Actually very bad. This guy has more damage than you with less resource, with less gold, and he actually has a lot more farm than you. Was he playing better than you? Okay, you didn't die as much, but he did the same amount of damage like you do, and he farmed a lot better than you. So this is how you have to see these stats. You have to see the how much you kill, with how much you die, with how much you do the farm, and with how much damage you do, and then with the farm. Because if you have 11-5 and you do 50k damage, or if you have 11-1 and you do 25, which ADK do you do like?
With 50k damage.
Of course. Okay, sure, he died 5 times, but it's not like he died 15 times. It's not like the guy like that I coach, like, oh bro, but I have 15, I have 12 kills and I do 60k damage in 30 minutes. And it's like, okay bro, but you didn't say that you have 16 deaths. Right? It's like, yeah, I guess you're doing damage. So it's like, would a coach look at your OPG and say that, oh, you did so much? I mean, no, like a stupid coach would say that, because like with 16 deaths, even my grandma can do that damage. She just goes in and just clicks and closes her eyes, and like with Draven you have to access and do damage. No, that's not how it works. Right? So it's always how much damage you do, with how many kills you have, and how much you die. So how much you die is also depending on how many kills you're getting, because there are players that are more inclined to play safe. They are like 6 kills on average, 3 deaths. Yeah. But that advice doesn't work for you. Die less, because you're not the guy that plays safe. You're the guy that takes risks. And it's not ideal on AD carry to do that, but you can do it in a smart way. Like, look, this KDA says it, like 6 deaths with 9 kills. Not bad.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see about that that die less kind of thing. But yeah, I guess it's something that you keep in mind to not get to stupid fights. Okay. So what should we do? Should we do like 3 games fast? So we don't do just one game.
Yeah, just look at the big mistakes. Yeah.
So it is Jhin Karma. Jhin is super strong compared to Twitch. Super strong early game. You have more wave clear, more damage. I mean, crazy. And then Karma also is stronger than Zilean. Zilean can poke, but it's just Karma is just crazy champ. So she has poke. And she has push. Zilean looks like he plays with Ignite and IRE, so he's most likely gonna try to poke you, but is not gonna be able to conquer with Karma. So you need to win the lane, because you have stronger support, stronger AD carry. You need to play aggressive and need to poke. Let's see how you do it. Oh, $5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.